Do buyers have the right to know if someone has died on the property? This question came in from Anthony, and it's actually quite a concern for many of the buyers that I've worked with. Whether you're superstitious, or if you believe in ghosts, or if you believe in an afterlife or not, this is a legitimate question. Here are some of the stigmatized reasons that sellers should disclose. The property was used in an ongoing commission of crime. Drug dealing, chop shop, brothel, a murder or a suicide on the property. These are violent deaths. The property that was previously owned by a notorious criminal, organized crime leaders, known murderers, or if there is reports on the property that it's haunted. I don't know what kind of reports there are, but probably disclose that. Or a former grow-op fixed with the city's stamp of approval saying that you cleaned everything up. You should probably disclose that it was a grow-op once upon a time. Now, the importance of what a stigma is kind of subjective and could be very personal in nature, because it's not a physical circumstance or condition that the seller has to disclose, like if there's mold in the attic or there was a leak in the basement. These are some physical facts that should be disclosed. But things like stigma, these things are subjective to each buyer's personal background, gender, age, religious beliefs. All these different factors could change from buyer to buyer. Make sure your agent knows what kind of stigmas that you are okay with or not okay with. But you have to ask yourself some of these questions. Would it matter if the death was from natural causes, from illness or old age? People die all the time, and death and taxes is certain. A lot of times people choose to spend their last days at home with their family and loved ones. Does that bother you? Would it matter if the death was by accident? Would it matter if it was a suicide? Would it matter if it was a crib death of an infant? Would that change anything for you? What if the death happened 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, as opposed to a recent one? Does that make a difference? It's important for agents to know that sellers are obligated to disclose material defects that I mentioned before. Even though there is legislation that says that agents and sellers should disclose material defects, there's actually no case law that says that they have to disclose all of these things. Because again, it's all very subjective. Obviously, there's a lot of gray area and blurred lines of what a stigma is and what needs to be disclosed and what shouldn't be. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be glad to answer that question so that everybody can see it in another video. As always, we're here to help. And until then, we'll see you next Wednesday.